I have a problem with my nutrition at the moment, and I think it's a problem you're going to relate to. So I'm going to make a quick coffee and then we can have a chat about it. I don't know about you, but my life is pretty busy and I've got quite a lot of travel happening at the moment. For example, I was in Peru, which is where these beans came from a couple of weeks ago, and I literally just got back today from Italy, where my travel plans back were derailed. I ended up in 4 countries in 24 hours. Now, the challenge when you are really busy is that it's hard to stay on track with your nutrition at times. One of the issues that I've found for myself is that I don't have time, or I find it quite difficult to cook. When I have this problem, it's really easy just to end up on like default quick fix meals, eat out all the time, which is fine in moderation, but if you're doing it a lot, can end up meaning you're eating more sugars or fats or carbs and things than you might have if you're preparing and cooking your meals for yourself. What I identified is that I have this issue that I need some quick fix meals. I don't have time to prep them. I don't have time to prepare them. The quick fix solution is obviously to use the freezer, use leftovers, which is great. And I often do that. Problem is, I don't have a microwave in this apartment yet. I was chatting with a friend about this and we realized that what I actually need to do is just go out and buy a microwave. That was literally the barrier that I have in my life at the moment, that I don't have a microwave. Rather than it being the actual food that's the problem, I mean, there's food in the fridge, there's food in the freezer. I just don't have a means to heat up, and as a result, I end up just eating cold food or just sort of more snacking and stuff. Now, when I'm chatting with my clients, often we don't end up talking all that lot about food, because we're often discussing and uncovering all the barriers and problems that they're experiencing that are holding them back from eating good food. And so for me, as I said, I don't have a microwave, but I do have space for a microwave. It's just currently being used for cups and spices and herbs because I haven't organized my pantry either. So that has given me 2 tasks to achieve today. First of all, I'm going to go shopping for a microwave. And not only when I go shopping for a microwave, it's not just a microwave. I'm going to have to buy some containers and things to put these spices in, because I know that if I put them in the cupboard, they're just going to end up in a pile somewhere in that mess that is probably never going to be seen again, which again puts another barrier in them being used. So first hoop to overcome is having something that can reheat the food that I have in the house, that is, I've made myself. Second challenge or second task for myself is then to go and find and test out a couple of meal deal or meal prep solutions, whether they're cooked in advance or they are already, they're like meal kits, like HelloFresh or something like that, that I have to cook myself, but all the ingredients are provided. And these can be really helpful solutions when you are traveling a lot, like I am, because, for example, I just got home, emptied my fridge out, and there were things in the fridge that had been there for a week while I was in Italy, and they hadn't been eaten and they'd gone to waste. I want to minimize my food waste as much as possible. It's all well and good saying you're going to do something, but what makes you actually do it? This is where an accountability partner or a friend or a buddy, or even just announcing online or in person that you're going to do something like I am here, can help us actually follow through on the things that we want to be doing. I spoke to my friend on the weekend and I was telling him how we were coming up with these solutions of how I was going to fix my problem of having no time to cook. I told him, when I get home, after my work is finished, I'm going to go to the supermarket, I'm going to buy a cheap little microwave, just something that I can use straight away, that I've got something in the house, and I'm going to see if there's any meal deal solutions or meal kits or frozen dinners that look interesting that I might want to try, because then I can review them and I can test them out. That is what I'm going to be doing once I finish my coffee. Off to the shops. I have got my green bags and a little carrier thing because it's going to be heavy. Alrighty, let's go shopping. We have found the microwave section. Got from 80 euros, 70 euros, 60 euros, 60 euros, 40 euros, up to 180 euros. We want one of these smaller ones. That'll do me. I don't really need anything more powerful than that at this point. I need some sort of containers that I can put into my fridge or in the pantry that will store jars and bottles and oils. Now that we have the electronics sorted, I think it is time to go and find some food. It's never a good idea to go shopping hungry. I'm going to start with some sushi I'll be eating in the car on the way home to keep me going till dinner. I've gone down every single aisle, so if I haven't seen anything that's frozen or fresh dinners here. So I had no luck finding food, but I didn't manage to get a microwave, so at least half successful mission. I can get home, put that in the cupboard, and we should be laughing. Walk our microwave home. First of all, what I'm going to do is just clear up all the spices and the oils and the vinegars. There are periods of time in my life where I've had microwaves and I've used it all the time. And then I've also had periods in houses that I haven't had a microwave, and you get used to it. I think it's really easy. You just adapt to whatever environment that you are in. I think when it comes to food and cooking, it's the same. We can easily get stuck on the same 3 or 4 recipes and forget different meals that we know how to make, which is why I often recommend people have a list that they put on their fridge. A list of like meals that you might have or foods that you have in your freezer if they're out of sight, out of mind. Hey! My nutrition problem is solved. I have a working microwave. This is some of the foods that are currently in my freezer ready to go. Now I'm not going to have any more issues with cooking meals. I'm going to leave the meal delivery, meal prep recipe kits to another day. Thanks for joining me on this journey of fixing my problem of not having meals that I can cook and heat up. Hopefully this has given you some ideas for yourself if you are also busy, or helping you to identify what is your barrier that is stopping you from making just one little tiny change improvement to your nutrition. Thanks for watching. I will see you soon.